The beast. The spotlight forms shadows. The widest of choices can seem narrow. There's too many stringless archers bow that can lead to directionless arrows. The turn of the tarot card scars the path that fate was dealt. That even the most beautiful amongst us all can still cast a mask that hate ourselves. We denigrate ourselves. We never embrace ourselves. We cook the food, serve the plate to reshape ourselves. So we wish to change ourselves, secretly escape ourselves. We're almost ashamed of the way that God chose to make ourselves. So I want my nose a little thinner, my figure a little fitter, my lips not too large or too small, my height about 3 inches bigger. Go figure, it's the darker skin that wants to be light, and lighter skin prays all day to see more sunlight, or sprays on more tone to the bone that makes everything all right. Big wants to be slim, and slim wants curves to bring out the fuller shape that would have made all the difference within. I'm fighting a bald patch, a losing battle, and that's a fact. So either I invest in the ocean of useless potions, or I try combing over at the back. You like my hat? You do the math. We can spend our whole lives worrying over what we cosmetically lack. Blacks wanting to be white, and whites wanting to be black. The grass will always seem greener. Other people's lives will always seem easier. Magazines will always airbrush pictures, providing us with the essential milk of amnesia. I came to bury Caesar, but I found that he buried me. I was killed off by an implicit Molotov of skin-deep ideas. You see, they don't ever want you to be free, in control of your own destiny. There's too many products and stuff that rely on the unhappiness you feel. So you're never gorgeous enough, desirable enough, admirable enough, content enough, proud of who you are in a world that's ever marred by all this resentful stuff. It's a fundamental bluff. But it's hard to rise above this beast whose burden that we all bear. I hope that one day we can look deep within our souls and see that the beauty was always there. Thank you very much. Okay, this next poem, I don't know, a couple of years ago there was like a huge knife crime phenomenon. Like people had just discovered knives, as it were. And I was in a strange position whereby I was working with youth offenders in Felton Prison, and I was also working at the BBC news desk as well. And so I was sort of like seeing the perpetrators of the crime and the reporters of the crime. And it was kind of like, I just wanted to write a poem, I suppose, that connects the dots. So this poem is called Living on a Knife's Edge. There's a delicate balance of what follows fashion, as peer pressure unravels an adolescent pattern. My friends all ride bikes, so I do too. We sport the latest hairstyles that we like, so I do too. And we know that all teenagers fight, so I do too. But if someone carries a knife, should I do too? This is where the problem lies. For this is the question that plagues younger minds. It's all too easy for older generations to confer and surmise that the violence of today never occurred in their time. But things have changed. Heavier drugs are being blazed. Perceptions are rearranged. Strange wars are being waged around the planet that sends the message that if you want it, then grab it. The pen may be indeed mightier than the sword, but the sword makes its point sweetly doing damage. Such is the delicate balance that translates into high streets. This world has always been ruled by the mighty, and no one admires the weak. No one admires defeat. No one admires the meek. So violence is the language that we all reliably speak. As every day we seek headlines of sensationalized crimes. We buy more newspapers, we sell more copies, and offer more space to advertise. As a campaign issue is hot, so politicians realize there's more to the pressure in the pot that takes so many lives and makes so many mothers cry and scream the question why. Was it their child on that night in that fight that had to die? And die for what? Some petty disagreement that could easily be stopped? Some trivial misunderstanding fueled when tempers run hot? Or over what someone's got? Or false pride has been mocked? So the outcome was a fist or the knife, or a fight ignited by the gunshot. That guy's got the latest Blackberry, and I want one too. That guy's got a father in his family, and I want one too. That guy's got oil in his country, and I want some too. You say you got hatred for me? Well, I've got some too. There's a delicate balance of what follows fashion, as peer pressure unravels an interesting pattern, an interesting challenge on how we choose to live our lives. Are we floating peacefully on the wings of a dove, or are we perched weeping on the edge of a knife? Thank you very much. Okay, last poem I said, I'm going to do something that's like mushy and sentimental. They always tell you to finish up your set with something lovey-dovey, so the girls like you. You know it's true, man. Right? This is the first poem that I ever wrote, and like many of the impetuses for the first poem that most people would write would be a certain degree of heartbreak and trying to make sense of what went on. Why did she leave me? You were 12. But yeah, so this poem is called Mr. G's Valentine. You're the most beautiful sight that I've ever seen. My eyes will boast talk of delight and revel in your gleam. But do I have to fiend and scheme to make you my queen? I face the knockbacks and the stushness that will dent my esteem. Is it love or is it lust? Only time will tell. While my heartbeat excels and my trousers swell. Fantasies of ecstatic plague my mind with erratic thoughts of how to inhabit your space and time. But you see, I remember before I had a car, I used to buy those one-day travel cars real late at night. The district line propelled me far to invade your sight. Then I went home on a night bus cussing hard because my lyrics weren't right. And I laugh at the things that I do. The mean stares from your brother, hearing she could do better from your mother. Propositions from your sister, opposition from your father. The times I've said to myself, why do I bother? And I laugh at the things that I do. I go shopping around town with you and your friends. You try on the same outfits in different stores and ask me to judge them. But I'm in nice guy mode, so I flatter them. And they're in nice girl mode, so they smile and pretend not to know our bedroom secrets that you've already told them. Or I can stroke it this way, and I can kiss you like that. Do they know how long I can stay and how much meat that I pack? Do they know that once I climax, I'm asleep on my back? Yeah, you go ahead and laugh at the things that I do. Then there's the missed periods and the drama they bring. The pleasure turns serious as our queens demand kings. I guess it's because it seems that we're doing nothing. When our dreams turn to dust and reality kicks in. I frustrate and stagnate you that my plans haven't grown. I used to thrill and elate you, but now there's a change in your tone. My mistakes are inflated, my failings pointed out, just like teachers' red pen slated my homework with clout. The confidence once in mine, you've replaced it with doubt. That our love has expired and you'll embrace a way out. So what next? Let's take a step back and focus on that which we had and not that which we lack. I laugh at the things that I did so that it's you that I can be with forever. Forever, ever? Maybe for just a little bit. To all of you beautiful sisters, I dedicate this Valentine. You see, the G known as Mr. intended to write a conscious rhyme. You know, one where I inject words selected you deserving respect and reflect with regret over our years of neglect. Why do you think I mind and get vexed every time you talk to your ex? Should I lie and deny I like the taste of your sweat? You know that every time we argue, it gets me upset. Am I rude to include visions of you in the nude so I can ravish you like cooked food? Oh, I'm sorry, that's crude. I don't mean to offend with this mixed message I sent. Perhaps I should sit back, retract, and write this conscious rhyme again. You see, I'm conscious that we've got problems which we need to overcome. I just hope that once we solve them, we can go back to having fun. Thank you very much.